What are you gonna do when you get out of quarantine? I'm gonna have some fun. What do you consider fun? Seeing all my friends. Hey everybody. So I was playing. Look at this thing. Look at this little tiny thing that I got here. Can you see it? The little lady. A little lady named Erin got it for me in Memphis, Tennessee. And so anyways, did you know that this was the first instrument ever played in space? Was the little lady? Apparently the guy, I forget which astronaut it was, but he managed to sneak it on because he wore it like a necklace. So anyways, this thing's really cool actually. I really like it. Oh, sorry. Anyways, love it. And now to the true subject at hand. Beatles. Hey. So I wanted to talk about the Beatles, I guess. Well, actually, I didn't want to talk about the Beatles. It was asked that I talked about the Beatles. I'm going to try to talk about all the things because a lot of friends and people that have been watching it have been asking questions or not asking questions but making suggestions of things for me to go on in order to help me keep my sanity. And yes, I am wearing this like I'm Macho Man Randy Savage. And so people have been mentioning things that I could talk about, so I guess I could talk about the Beatles. In particular, it was mentioned that I should talk about Paul McCartney. And so my first reaction, it's funny because I was talking about how I was trying to be like, what good songs has Paul McCartney written? What has he done for me lately? And then so once you start thinking about all the songs that Paul McCartney did, you kind of you can get a lot less angry at him. But I will say that that my favorite Beatle is probably the diplomatic answer to that is Ringo. How about that? My answer is Ringo. Ringo is my favorite. Oh. Hey. So anyways, Ringo is my favorite Beatle. And the interesting thing, or I guess the thing that I think about the Beatles, which is kind of maybe a heady subject, is I've been talking about folk music a lot. And Yoski and I actually were chatting online last night about the nature of folk music. And he went and looked up the definition of folk music. And it was the music of the people. And at this point, I don't know, I've been teaching kids and people for nigh on a decade, and everybody knows all the Beatles stuff. Thank you, Erin. I borrowed it from you. You should know. She's talking about the outfit here. We named it after Felicia Rashad from a show that can never be mentioned again because it's like something she might have wore on the show. But anyways, so if the music of the Beatles isn't the music of the people at this point, I don't know what is. So the question is that folk music now? Are the Beatles folk music? Oh, it's hurting my brain. Yeah. So anyways, when I was thinking about a song to play, my mind actually immediately jumped to Hey Bulldog, which I think I might play. I don't know. But right now I'm going to play Helter Skelter instead. When I get to the bottom, I go back to the top of the slide, where I stop and I turn and I go for a ride, till I get to the bottom and I see you again. Yeah. Don't you want me to love you? I'm coming down fast from miles above you. Tell me, come on, tell me the answer. Well, you may be be a lover, but you ain't no dancer. Look out! Helter skelter. Helter skelter. Helter skelter. Don't you want me to make you? I'm coming down fast, but don't let me break you. Helter skelter! And that's a Paul McCartney song. Isn't it interesting that like Paul McCartney is alternatively like on the one hand, like I don't know if it's mentioned, but like he was like he was also doing all kinds of weird experimental music at the time, allegedly. I don't know, who knows. Paul McCartney's telling us all kinds of things. He's telling us anyways. But he said he was doing kind of music concrete, just like John Lennon was doing back in the day when he was doing Revolution 9 and all that stuff. So anyways, yeah, that was a short little thought on the Beatles. Just thought I'd put it out there. And with that, he was gone.